Okay. Previous lecture was MRP 1, 2, 3, 4. And we actually, I think, discussed this. 101. Yes, we already discussed this. Let me open. Okay. So bill of material, it is basically a list of all items that will be needed for making one motorcycle, and it is actually giving you molecular details of the components, the assembly. Okay. The segments. There are two segments, powertrain and chassis. This is not chassis. This is called chassis. So what comprises of a chassis? It is front wheel, rear wheel, and so on. Powertrain has a motor, gear, and exhaust. So the requisites for a bill of material are, what is a bill of material? Bill of material is that I want to create and produce a motorcycle. So I will need two segments to bring together, which is a powertrain and chassis, and the other are motor, gear, which are the molecular details. So the bills of material for that motorcycle will need some prerequisites, and that are material is already there, material master, and a plant. Because based on this, you will create a BOM. Okay. But in some cases, for example, your motorcycle is being produced, the powertrain is produced at plant 1, the chassis is being produced at plant 2. So multiple plants can also be shared and mentioned in a material form. Okay. So the area of validity, what is area of validity in a BOM? It is the plants. The plants are the area where your material BOM is valid. So in production planning, what is a BOM? Basically, it has the material code and the quantities. Bill of quantity, you can also call it the bills of quantity, BOQ, and BOM, that is a BOM. Now, the material contains essential basic master data for integrated materials and production control. Okay, but it does not tell you the process. It tells you the components, the list of tools that you need. The bill of material results from the product design phase. So the design department will give you the BOM. They will create the BOM and the list of all parts. So BOM actually consists unit quantity that is required, the quantity, material list, and description to produce one bike. The complete list is basically, it's all collected in one document that is called a BOM, and that which will actually tell you the assembly and the finished products. So there are types of BOMs. Single level, where the process is pretty straightforward, that we need to produce a motorcycle. And if the process in that factory is simple, then if the process is simple and it is a small factory or a unit, the process can be made simple in that BOM. Okay. A single level BOM creates the relationship between an assembly and all of its components. Okay. So there is a relationship between chassis and powertrain, and it becomes a motorcycle, that is the assembly. Okay. And under this assembly, of course, the final product, we have two more assemblies, which is powertrain and chassis. Combine both and the bike will be ready. So there are no drill downs available. Multi-level, it goes to the molecular level. Okay. These assemblies have components. Okay. There are categories: material master record, on the basis of which material BOM will be created; on the basis of equipment master record, which is used for overhauling and erecting equipments, bigger industrial equipment. Okay. And a document on info record, for example, in an engineering project, of course, there is complex machinery, how the engineering parts, tools, machinery, the mechanics, the mechanisms are coming together and put together, because sometimes the machineries are complex. For example, in mining industry, okay, in refining industry, the process, the assembly is complex. So you have to make a documented info record, keep it one place, and that becomes a document BOM. What is the validity? There is a validity for each BOM, because, for example, if you're creating a motorcycle for year 2024, it will not be valid for the year 2027, right? So there will be a validity. Area validity, again, as I told you earlier, the area validity, it defines the conditions under which bill of material applies in different areas of a company. Validity area defines which plant may use or produce an item. By linking the same BOM to assemblies or components in different plants, you can extend the bill of material validity as well. So you can actually extend the bills of material to various other plants. An assembly or component may have a different bills of material for various validity areas. Okay. So for example, if this plant is basically dealing with raw material, this might be dealing with the semi-finished good. Over here, they must be cutting the iron sheets to mold the fuel tank of the motorcycle before it is pushed to this plant. So you can extend the validity area of this material BOM. So how it is used? It is basically used for production orders, okay, and for run schedules. What is a run schedule? It is for repetitive materials, like when you are producing beverage cans or medicine bottles or plastic bottles. That is repetitive materials, not specifically for a customer. These components can be changed based on the actual production requirements. Components can change if there is a customized order. So types of material, bills of material, we have simple BOM, variant BOM, multiple BOM. So what is a simple BOM? Simple is that it is a rigid. It tells you the components that will be needed. Variant BOM, it happens when a customer actually wants a white bicycle instead of a blue. So you will have components, extra assembly and components for, not extra assembly, but components. A blue seat or a white seat, bolt, blue or white, white body or blue body. Okay. Multiple BOM is basically alternative 1 and alternative 2. It's like producing CD70 or a 125. Okay. That is a multiple BOM. BOM structure is basically divided into parts like header, where it will actually show you the plant, the lot size, the status. And items will actually show what item or assembly is being assembled and what are the sub items that are needed to bring that assembly into order. Okay. Item categories. Now there are item categories. For example, there will be BOMs that you want to create for production. So it will be a stock item. It will move the stock from one place to another. Non-stock item is like producing a sample for the vendor, for the customer, or for the market, for the showroom. That will be a non-stock item. Variable size item. That variable size, of course, it will be based on market. Like American market will have size dimensions. Vietnamese market will have different size items. Based on that, you will create. Text item, again, this is for engineering or design. You create BOMs, or they actually create for production. Same for document item. And class, of course, you create a BOM for a specific class of motorcycle like CD70 or CD or 1 to 5, that class will be maintained to create more BOMs. To copy, because we have a class to maintain, okay? In class items, red color paint, white color paint, characteristics and features, some features will be different, okay? As I said, CD70 or 1 to 5, that will be a little different. So, let's go and check these item categories. SPRO, reference IMG, production, basic data, bills of material, item data, define item categories. Okay, so now these are the item categories under which your bills of material will be created. Document, enhanced limit, class item, stock, non-stock, variable size, and so on. Okay. So we can actually have our own customized types and categories of bills of material. Okay. So what is the usage of bills of material? It can be used for technical data, for pricing, for location of the data, operations, order quantity, because order quantity will actually be needed for MRP and for moving the stocks. Item categories, as we've already discussed it, the usage, repetition, BOM comparison. Now there are two BOMs. There will be some sharing of common components, like in motorcycle manufacturing, the bolts, the screws will be same, the mud guards will be same, the seats might not be same, the spokes of the wheel will be same, the size of the rim will be same. Some items will not match, some item will match. So you can actually compare two BOMs, or this can be a different model like 2024, and this can be like 2003. Okay, based on that, of course, you can compare the BOM. So BOM explosion, what is BOM explosion? It tells you the molecular details of the material, and there are three ways to explode a BOM. Multi-level basically shows by level explosion. I mean, this level, it gets exploded. At this level, where there are components and they can be assemblies, it can be exploded further. It shows the requirement of the material. For example, over here, we have P1, P2, A1, C1, C2, C3. Okay. So in P1, we need A1 and C1, and it will need C2 as well. So it will show you the requirement of P1, and will also show you the requirement of P2, what actually it needs. Okay. It needs A1 to produce P2 along with C3. So once A1 is produced, C3 will be implemented along with A1 to produce P2. Okay, so that is the process. It will be exploded like C1 quantity 2. Okay, C2 is quantity 3. Okay, and A1 is quantity 4. C2 16. How 16? You'll have to add this up. 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 5, 14. 14. Again, 2 is missing. Somewhere 2 must be somewhere around here. But that is basically to give you an idea how it is exploding. Okay. So BOM level by level, this is how it explodes. In multi-level, of course, C1, there are 2 quantities. In C2, there are 3. A1 is 3, C2 is 16. This is multi-level BOM. It is producing by level. Okay, multiple levels. Summarized BOM, again, you have the whole summarized of A1, C1, C2, C3. Okay. That's how BOM exploded to give you molecular requirements of the material. Now, BOMs, when actually created, will have plants mentioned. So if there are many BOMs created over the years, the production manager will want to know where the BOMs are being used. So where used is one of the many features to find where is one BOM being used, whether we have to use that repeatedly or whether we have to make it obsolete. That is also one of the features. Okay. Where use list basically tells you where the components are being held in stock so that you can know what stocks are being consumed and what stocks are not being consumed or what stocks are fast and some are slow. So checks are implemented. So for producing goods, we need SOPs, and those SOPs are basically driven by bills of materials. Okay, we use this is used to replace new documents with old documents. Mass change, yes, you can change the BOMs, the components. If the model is getting changed of a motorbike in 6 months, within 6 months after releasing the new model, that can be changed in the BOM then and there at a mass level. Technical type, okay. Now we have already discussed it. Simple BOM is simple, it's just rigid. It is established once. Variant BOM it is based on colors, but same configuration. Multiple BOM can have different configuration. Okay. Variant BOM, it's a change of color, as I've already told you. Okay, the configurations remain same. Like CD70 can be black and be red or blue. Okay. Variant BOM, of course, you want a CD70, but you want thick tires, thick seats, a bigger light, that becomes a variant BOM. Okay. So variant BOM is basically plant, it is used at a plant level. The usage, of course, will be specific. The material, of course, that will represent, and uh, it will be clubbed in a BOM group because in variants, you, of course, want to have a different motorcycle, bigger light, bigger seat, bigger tires, but CD70. So there will be multiple materials. Okay. Like this can be a small seat, this can be bigger seat, this can be bigger light, and so on. Okay. So variant configuration is like this. A customer walks into your showroom and he wants a motorbike that should be customized. So customized will need variant configuration, all of the material that can go into making a motorbike. Okay. So configuration. Okay, the configuration basically is then used for uh, routing. Maximum routing is basically produced for um, producing as much of models which are allowed. For example, every country has its jurisdiction, so you will create jurisdiction. For example, in Vietnam, there are only 3 models allowed for Honda. So routings will be 3. Okay, minimum 3, but maximum for customized or variant BOMs, there will be routing variants. For routing variants, it will be different. So baseline will be 3 models, 3 routings. Okay. Configuration BOM, again, for customized models. Okay. So you will configure the routing every time if there is a new order. Okay. So production planning, basically consultant has an added responsibility to take care of the routing. Okay. Multiple BOM. Now, multiple BOM basically, now what is multiple BOM? For example, alternates will be needed. There will be variables to finished product, but one identical. For example, like you're producing a paint. So a paint can be an oil paint or enamel paint or external paint or industrial paint or for paints for ships. So that will be a variable part. The pigment for walls will be different. Oil enamel will be different. For ships, it will be pretty much different, but there will be an identical part. So that becomes a a multiple BOM. Multiple BOM will have variants at one side or maybe 2 sides, but it can be changed. So multiple BOM will have variants of the same material type. So multiple BOM, again, alternate 1, 2, 3, it will be grouped in a BOM. Like alternative 1 is enamel, oil paint, industrial paint. Okay, those alternatives will be grouped in a BOM group. Assignments, yes, bill of materials are basically independent of plant, and plants can then actually share the bills of material. Okay, these are defined at client level. These are independent. And recursiveness. Now, what is recursiveness? Basically, for example, if you're in a dairy industry, you want to create yogurt from milk, then you will need, for example, this is yogurt. You will need a little bit of yogurt for the next production of yogurt from the milk. So that is recursiveness. Okay, this is used in chemical industries and pharma industries. Okay, so MM60CS01 bomb usage. Okay, let's see if we have any bombs here. And CS01. Oh, okay. Let me just first MM60 find the material from any plant. I don't know any plant because there's a different server. Okay, plant is Dine 1915 Watford book material ledger. No, let's have something. Packaging inbound sustainable plastic 0786 monitor T001 monitor T001 monitor. Okay, T001 monitor CS01 monitor T001 bomb usage. What is bomb usage? We already studied this in the presentation. And this is basically either it will be used for production or engineering, or will it be universal for everyone? For plant maintenance, sales distribution, productive MRP, for planning MRP. So we'll use production. Alternative bomb, as I've already told you, there will be alternates that we use, but okay. Enter. Material does not exist, so it's not activated. So this is the problem because this is not my server. No materials can be displayed. Evaluated materials. Execute. Graphite PP10. Okay. CS01. Okay. Okay. Um, Graphite PP01, PP10. PP10 entries. It's not activated. This is the problem, but okay, let's go for CS03. Okay. And very useless. You can search where this bomb has been used. Engineering, material master. I want to see which bomb is basically available. BOM comparison. We can compare secondary BOM, primary BOM. This is again for different models of motorbike. Okay. Um, Material BOM level by level. I want to see reporting summarized period. Now, actually looking for material activated list. Material. uh, What material is activated? That is important. Activity consumption analysis. Let's see this if it can show active material. Active material. Currency evaluation. Okay. Prices. Standard. Actual costing is not activated. Oh, this is just static valuation area. Okay. So no use. Anyways, I'll find out something for the next lecture.